Well, hello there, and thanks so much for joining us on Local on 2. It is a celebration. I'm Stephanie Langston.
It sure is. I'm Laura Schweizer. Today, we are celebrating remarkable women. Out of over 12,000 nominations across the country, 125 remarkable women were chosen to be recognized for bettering their communities, inspiring hope in times of hardship, and providing support to people from all backgrounds.
Yes, and today we are excited to introduce you to our local Remarkable Woman winner of 2025, Annie Nelson. Cheers. We popped the champagne bottle here.
Cheers.
Annie is an author, a speaker, and a veterans advocate, and even a brain tumor survivor.
Yes, it's so amazing. She was nominated for this year's award for her impact and the creation of American Soldier Network. And we could talk about your accolades literally the entire hour, but really for this segment, we want to talk about the American Soldier Network and how it's changing lives. Tell us all about it.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for having me here. This is actually, yes, acknowledging me, but more importantly, acknowledging our veterans and our veteran community, because they're the ones that are the true heroes and the remarkable people that walk the earth. But American Soldier Network was born out of a pen pal relationship with 3 Marines back during the Iraq War, and didn't really know much about military life back then, because I'm an only child. I have 2 uncles that served, but they never spoke about their service, so didn't really have a connection to the community. And after 9/11 happened, I wanted to do something, just wasn't quite sure what that was. And well, God had a different plan. And had 3 pen pals, and one was hurt terribly bad. And when I got the word about that, I decided to reach out and ended up at Brooke Army Medical Center with amazing men and women who have all paid the ultimate sacrifice. And everything just took a different trajectory. And I came home and decided we needed to do more, because this was back before all the different nonprofits popped up. I mean, there wasn't a lot happening back when the war first broke out. And we were bringing men and women home, by the truckloads, because the advancements on the war field were just so much greater than when they were in any other conflict, so that we were able to save lives and bring them home. And just all the experiences that I learned at visiting the different hospitals and getting entrenched in the community, American Soldier Network was born. And then we've evolved over the years. We started off doing morale support and boost, and we would give them items at Christmas in our swag bags, which we cut, showing Warriors America's gratitude. And we did that for years. And then, sadly, the community took a turn to the suicide epidemic in 2018, 2019. And one year I buried 30 in an individual year, and just said, that's enough. I can't. And we don't have any paid employees at the nonprofit, it's all volunteer. And I just rounded everybody up and said, we've got to do more about brain health. And having been down that path in my own journey from my own surviving PTS and brain tumors and different treatments, I knew enough about it to be passionate on my own, but then watching the community struggle, and nobody was really doing much, because nobody knew how. And we've come a long way, but we still need to go a lot further. And the term mental health has such a connotation attached to it that we try not to use that, and we use brain health, because quite frankly, everybody has a brain and everybody has stuff. And there's not a human being on the planet that doesn't have stuff that they deal with. And it's just a matter of how you deal with your stuff and how you're able to heal from it. And you can heal. It's not a life sentence.
Yeah. Well, a big part of that organization, ruckup.org, that you started, provides hope and community. Please explain that part to us.
Well, there's so much out there that people trying to stab at the suicide epidemic, and there was not really a central place where the caregivers and the community and the battle buddies could go to find places to go. And if you don't live near a VA, or quite frankly, a lot of our veteran community don't trust the VA, and they wanted to try other alternate ways of healing. And so we created RuckUp, and in RuckUp is the aid station, and that's based on zip codes, and you can find different treatment facilities, not fishing trips, not hunting trips. Those are wonderful, and those bridge the isolation and get you back together with the community, but you still need to do the work. You need to do the treatment. A brain's not going to heal just by going on excursions. And so we have, based on zip code, we've vetted out different facilities that treat PTS, CTE, TBI, addiction, depression, and they're outside of the VA system. So you know that you have the option of going to the VA, but if you are not near one, or if it's too far of a drive, or if you're moving around the country, you can go to some of these other facilities. And we're constantly getting recommendations to keep that growing and to keep the aid station up. And then we have the Foxhole, which is partnered with ID.me. So only the veteran community can get in the Foxhole, and it's a safe online space for them to chat. During the social media experiment, people would try to do groups and try to connect with each other on social media, but it wasn't safe and it wasn't secure. And there was some mishaps and some unfortunate things happening in the veteran community with people that weren't supposed to be in those chat groups or that were taking information in those chat groups and making them a target, unfortunately. And so we created the Foxhole just for them. And then there's the Choose to Live oath, which is an oath that Navy Cross recipient Jeremiah Workman, who's a Marine from the Battle of Fallujah, he and I created together, and it's meant to be a first step. It's not going to cure anybody, but you take it with your battle buddy who might be struggling or having challenges, and it makes you accountable to each other to stick around and to choose to live and to take the oath that you took when you swore to serve the country. Start with that and then take an oath that you're going to stick around and continue your service.
And serve yourself. You know, it's so interesting. I read this VA report that now U.S. soldiers are more likely to die by suicide than any other cause, which is absolutely shocking.
Yeah.
What do you think needs to be better addressed when it comes to suicide for veterans and for active military members?
Well, and just for people in general, you know, suicide is individual, and everybody's going to have a different path to desperation and to darkness. You don't have to get swallowed up by that. There are resources out there for everybody. I think we need to realize that not one size fits all. I know there's people that get on the bandwagon with different treatments and different options, and they're like, you have to do this. Well, no. Step back. Everybody's brain is unique, everybody's brain is individual, and everybody's situation is unique and individual. So you really need to find the treatment that's going to be best suited for you and your situation. And you need to do it with medical professionals. You can't just go fly by the seat of your pants. You really can't. And then we have to heal the soul. You can work on the brain all you want, but if you don't have the brain-heart connection and you heal the soul along with the brain, it's really all for naught, because there's no chance that you're going to have a relapse later on down the way. So you really need to look inward and heal whatever that turmoil is happening within the body, and heal that as well as healing the muscle and the brain.
So beautifully said. This is why she's our remarkable
it's clear.
woman. Thank you so much.
We know you got the real check earlier today on News 211, but this is the fun check. So
This is
again,
awesome.
cheers to you.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Congratulations.
having
You're
me. This has
wonderful.
been truly a blessing.
Truly. Everyone, read more about the American Soldier Network and how they are impacting servicemen and women in our area. Visit them online at AmericanSoldierNetwork.org.